In all likelihood, many things must have been going against Epictetus in his Polis over 2,000 years ago. History tells us he was an enslaved person who was not even given a proper name as Epictetus, but instead got tagged with the slave name of Acquired One. Throughout his life he suffered from abuse, and all his work was taken from him. Moreover, his body was no treated any other way than what was done to a horse which was forced to labor until exhaustion only to be discarded. This was cruel and unjust from a society that treated him badly. Later on, he was forcibly sent away from his country for something that he stood for. The man suffered from hardships that can never imagine, only to come out on top, and a winner, echoing the idea of coming out stronger. He once said that the podium and prison, while different at the same time, are two places which are not that different because both can be controlled by the human mind. What he wanted to say is that every bad tragedy that strikes a human, their life does not become a chain of unfortunate and repeated events. Instead, he viewed it as a series of opportunities of growth. He firmly believed that every event holds one handle in which one can be carried and another in which one cannot be carried, but solely depends on the individual. Many times Epictetus must have wondered while being around powerful men and women on how he is still a slave, and how has he managed to get control over his desires, opinions, and biggest of all, himself. Even being a part of the court of Nero, where he must have seen great women and men of power, he is also said to have picked up something quite remarkable, where he discovered that even being a slave, he enjoyed far more freedom than a lot of people. They became captives of their yearning for ambition, pleasure, power, and craving for attention. Their thoughts were in turmoil, could be sparked off easily, or were sore from slights and nursing sore points, and were filled with such trifles. This was the reason they lived miserable lives. In order to become a free citizen, Epictetus fought and eventually obtained his freedom, promising to take revenge on those who had enslaved him. He went on to become a notable teacher, playing a pivotal role in the education of the future emperors Hadrian and Marcus Aurelius. It's clear that Epictetus's aim was to show how a powerless man can educate even the most powerful men in the world, as Marcus Aurelius was. Persistence and resilience are not the only lessons that we learn from Epictetus. He teaches about acceptance and creating a meaningful life in any given situation. Epictetus remarked, "Circumstances do not make the man, they merely disclose him to himself." Circumstances change, and so are the beliefs of the Stoics. Our role is default, an actor in a play. Their sole duty is to focus on executing their role and nothing else. This is the same way we should live our life. There are uncontrollable aspects, such as where you, the family, or how the society treats you as. What is in your control is to make the best use of resources you have at your disposal, no matter how much there is. This whole universe is directed towards supporting us. Through a firm grasp on discipline and hardened skill, we are able to direct our phoenix, if not to control its flame. It does matter of giving a great performance in relation to the current role we are in. Do hope you liked this video.